Hello students. So today we are going to continue with the same exercise. Okay, that is exercise 4.a, page number 4a, page number 81. Okay, so till question number 2, two we have done. So we'll do with question number 3. Okay, so question number 3 says find an equivalent fraction of the following by multiplication. So before that, what do you mean by equivalent fraction? Okay, so equivalent fraction means two or more fractions which are same in their simplest form. Okay, which are same in their simplest form. Now you know how to take the fraction into simplest form. Okay, so okay, just leave it. Okay, so I will teach you now how to do question number 3a. So to find an equivalent fraction of this in a is 3 by 7. So you have to find the equivalent fraction of this by multiplication. So there are two ways of finding equivalent fraction. Okay, number one is by multiplication, number two is by division. So first we will do by multiplication. Okay, so 3 by 7 equals to 3 by 7. So in numerator we have 3, in denominator we have 7. So you can simply multiply with 2, both numerator and denominator. Okay, but remember one thing, if you are multiplying the numerator by 2, you have to multiply the denominator also by 2. Okay, so 3 to the 6, 7 to the 14. So what is the equivalent fraction then? Therefore 6 by 14 is an equivalent fraction of 3 by 7. Okay, so this is the answer. So simply you can do this question number 3. Question number 3, we have till E, right? B, C, D and E. You can do this one. Okay, this is very simple. Now we'll move to question number 4a. So question number 4a is 48 by 64, but in this question you have to find the equivalent fraction by division. Okay, so now how? So for that you have to see the number, you have to find the number which divides both numerator and denominator. Okay, so see, 48 is even number, isn't it? And 64 is also even number, isn't it? So even number means they are divisible by 2, means 48 is also divisible by 2, 64 is also divisible by 2. And I have already said that you have to find a number which divides both numerator and denominator. Okay, so what I can do is, so I can divide both numerator and denominator by 2, isn't it? So 48 divided by 2 and 64 divided by 2. So now by division, in the previous case we multiplied by 2, but in this case we divided by 2. Okay, so how much? If you divide 48 by 2, then you will get 24, and if you divide 64 by 2, then you will get 32. So this is the answer. Therefore 24 by 32 is an equivalent fraction of 48 by 64, isn't it? Similarly, I will do one more. Okay, so in question number B we have 50 by 150, isn't it? So now you have to find the equivalent fraction of this. So how will you find? So thus you can find by dividing both numerator and denominator by how much? 50 by 150. So 50 by 150 equals to, so you can clearly see both numerator and denominator are divisible by 10, isn't it? Because both has 0 in the end. Okay, so I'll divide both numerator and denominator by 10. You can divide by 2 also. Okay, you can divide by 5 also, but you have to see which number divides both numerator and denominator. Okay, so I will divide by 10 simply. So 150 divided by 10. So if you divide 50 by 10, then you will get 5, and if you divide 150 by 10, then you will get 15. So what is the answer? 5 by 15. Okay, next in question number C is 14 by 63. Okay, so now so 14 by 63 equals to, you can divide by what? So if you see, then 7 to the 14, 7 9s are 63, isn't it? So you have to divide by 7. So if you divide, then 14 divided by 7 will be 2 because 7 2s are 14, and 63 divided by 7 will be 9 because 7 9s are 63, isn't it? So what is the answer? 2 by 9. Okay, in this way you have to do. Question number D and E, you can do it as your homework. Okay, now we move to question number 5. So in question number 5 we have write first 4 equivalent fractions of the following, and A is 2 by 9. So you have to write 4 equivalent fractions, that also first 4. Okay, so if you are said to find the first 4 equivalent fraction, then how will you find? First you will multiply both numerator and denominator by 2. You have to start with 2 multiplication. Okay, 2, so you will get 4 by 18, isn't it? Again, after that you will multiply with, first we multiplied with 2, then with 3. 2 3 is 6, 9 3 is 27. Next with 4. Okay, you have to start with 2, then 3 4 5 6 and so on. Okay, so 8 by 36. So lastly, so how much? 9 2 5 is 10 divided by 9 5 is 45. Okay, since we are asked to find how many? 4, isn't it? So 1 2 3 4. So we got 4. Okay, if you are asked to find 6, then you have to multiply with 6 and then 7. Okay, now we got 4 already. We got 4. So what are the answer? Therefore required first 4 equivalent fractions 2 by 9 are, what are the first equivalent fraction? First is 4 by 18, then 6 by 27, then 8 by 36 and 10 by 45. Okay, so these are the equivalent fractions. So first you have to multiply with 2, then with 3, then with 4, then with 5. If you are asked to find more, then you will multiply with 5, 6, 7 and so on. Okay, so for any fraction you can find infinitely many, that is uncountable, okay, number of equivalent fractions. Okay, now so in this way you can do question number B, C, D and E as your homework. Okay, so till here we'll do. So in the next class we'll move to the next topic. Okay.